incoming storms, more research vehicles are going to be in the area. They want to better understand the storms you see on the radar. Our Jace Passmore has the story.
Doppler radar, one of the most useful pieces of equipment in the weather industry, allowing meteorologists to see inside the storm. Typically, these radars are stationary, but some take the technology to the next level. Perils use multiple radar trucks to paint high-resolution images of the storm.
Radars that are all around the storm, different positions, in order to get kind of a larger picture of the storm.
The radars use beams to capture data. The farther from the storm the radar is, the less data it is able to collect closer to the ground. Researchers use the trucks to get up close and personal and capture that data. The goal is to study quick spin-up tornadoes along squall lines.
And look at the low-level structure of these types of tornadoes. Most of what's happening with these types of tornadoes is happening in the lowest 2.5 miles of the atmosphere.
These radar trucks face many geographical challenges while chasing here in the southeastern United States.
Lots of hills, not very good for radar. We need a nice open space. Now here in the Mississippi Delta, though, there is pretty open out here.
Supercell thunderstorms are responsible for most tornadoes. Those are typically well forecasted and warnings are issued well in advance. Quick spin-up tornadoes are hard to forecast and even harder to warn.
But the thing that in the southeast is more unique and more of a challenge are the smaller, shorter-lived tornadoes that occur along lines of storms.
Michael Biggerstaff is a professor at Oklahoma University, and he said the research group hopes they will have a better understanding of these types of tornadoes within the next few years. In Jonesboro, Jace Passmore, Region 8 News.